Mike, check 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and I sold a lot of games today. Actually, I sold around, I want to say, a few $1,000s worth of video games today. And I did it for a couple reasons. One, when I was going through the game room, I realized that I had a lot of doubles. I had 3 Nintendo 64s, 2 Sega CDs. I had a lot of doubles in terms of actual video games. Like I had 2 and 3 copies of certain games. And so I just realized I didn't need to have doubles. It just didn't really make sense for me to do that. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and kind of purge these doubles from the collection. Also, I really kind of wanted to scale back on my PS Vita collection. So what I did was I sold about 9 Vita games, and many of them were special edition games. And so the Vita shelf is a little bit more clean, as you can see. There's really just obviously the box from my Vita, all of the standard edition Vita games that I have left in the library. And this is a far cry from what I used to have. I actually had a lot more Vita games than this, but I'd sold them off. A bunch of Vita games I had sold off a couple years ago, but decided to sell off some more of the limited edition games. And those were games that I had gotten from East Asia Soft when they first released. And, I got them at retail. I think a lot of those games, I got them for like $34.99 or $40 or something. And I was able to resell them at whatever their resale prices are now. So, um, all in all, I feel good. I feel good about being able to purge some games from the collection that I no longer need or play. Uh, Especially the games that I didn't think I was gonna ever play. And then I also got to get rid of a lot of the doubles that were in my collection as well. So, all in all, for me, it was a really good day because I was able to make a really good deal with someone. I think they were happy with the deal. I was very happy with the deal, because it worked out, right? In terms of percentages, it worked out great for me. It was probably the best deal that I could have gotten for everything that I got rid of. And I think they felt like, for what they got the bundle for, they got a really good deal as well. And so that always works. And it's always good to make a contact like that, because I do think that there will be additional purging happening in the collection. As a matter of fact, you might even hear a little bit more of an echo in the game room because of the amount of stuff that's been moved out. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that because it's going to allow me to streamline the collection more and play more games. Now, what I've done with some of the funds that I've been getting from selling, because I didn't just sell today, I'd actually sold before, but I've been getting back into film and photography. And I think I showed you guys a couple weeks ago the Sony A7S that I picked up. Well, I had actually gone to school for film photography, and my first film camera was the Canon AE1. This is an amazing vintage camera that came out in the 70s. So I've been doing a lot of that. And I've kind of been just kind of putting my focus a little bit more into family time and videography and stuff like that. So you're going to see some of that reflected in some of the content, but I will probably make a video just kind of showcasing everything that I sold and got rid of. My ultimate long-term plan, which is something that I had been debating for some time, was whether or not to continue collecting for modern consoles. And with where everything is these days, especially like with Nintendo and the key card situation, like never before have I felt like video games have been so controversial. And a lot of it is centered around corporate greed. It's centered around the modernization of video games, the digitization of video games, And, just companies feeling like companies just want you to spend more and more and more. And what you're getting back in return just isn't, you don't feel like you're getting the same return that you got in past generations, at least from my perspective. A lot of people still believe in the seventh generation, that the seventh generation is still a valid and valuable generation of console gaming to collect for. And that would be like the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and I guess you could say the Wii U generation. A lot of people feel like that generation is still a valid generation to collect for. I personally have no interest in the Wii U. I've sold my Wii U and all the games that I had for the Wii U, so I'm completely out on the Wii U. I don't have that in my collection at all. And I've sold probably at this point half of my PS3 collection, so I don't really have, I have probably about, I don't know, maybe 30 to 40 PS3 games left in that collection, and I've sold a really big chunk. This summer, in a few rounds, I've sold off a good amount of my PlayStation 4 collection, to where the only PlayStation 4 games that I have at this point are kind of like PlayStation 4 exclusive, limited run, strictly limited type of games, or just games that I really kind of think are unique. Like a good example would be Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. I think that game is actually better played on the Switch, even though there's some slowdown. But I do have it on the PlayStation 4. It's an amazing game. If you've never played Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, get like 4 or 5 of your friends, sit down, play that game. You'll have a blast. It's a really fun game. You all have to work together to control a spaceship. It's really cool. It's fun. But yeah, so I've definitely done some purging, and this is nothing new for this channel. I know I have this one guy who comes on my channel and he's like, see, I told you Y2K was going to sell something. And with all due respect, bro, or ma'am, I don't know who that person is, but that's not a grand revelation, right? I've been selling video games almost since I started this channel. Anyone who's followed this channel long enough, you know that a few times a year, I'll sell things out of my collection. I've been doing it since 2021. I go through this all the time. A lot of you've seen me sell off the majority of my PlayStation 2 collection before. You've seen me sell off the majority of my Switch collection before. So me selling off portions of my collection is nothing new. Happens all the time. I'm not selling everything, but I have been able to kind of let go of a lot of pieces out of the collection. And I would say this summer, it's been a few $1,000s, probably somewhere. I mean, I've probably moved somewhere in the neighborhood of around $10,000 worth of video games over this summer, which is cool. I mean, it's cool. It allows me to get other games that I actually want. It allows me to invest in other hobbies that I want to invest in. And, it honestly just frees up a good amount of space. So there'll be more to come with that. I am extremely tired. It's been a very long day. I've been up and at 'em since before 5 a.m. I wanted to do an edited video, just don't have the energy, but I did want to kind of touch base with the Y2K crew. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this weather. This is amazing weather. This is some really great weather for August. Hopefully we get this type of weather for the rest of the summer. We can end this summer with a bang. I've got to finish getting ready because I'm going to be hopping on a jet here soon to head out and spend the rest of the summer with the family, just away, just soaking up some time away. So I've been spending a lot of time getting ready for that. So I am burnt. But I did just want to touch base with you guys and let you know that, yeah, this shelf is looking a lot more clean since I'm kind of moving some games out. So let me know how your summer's going. Let me know how your weekend's been going, and I'll catch you in the next one. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.